Yeah, you're welcome back, because I welcomed you back. Yeah. October 11th is your date, and you'll dance for me, boy. You'll dance for the owner, and then we can talk. But your date is October 11th. Yeah. Michael Perry, the return of Platinum. And we've got some hell of an announcement for an opponent for you. One of the baddest men to ever grace the Ultimate Fighting Championship when it comes to bare knuckle, and he's going to throw down with you in front of me for my viewing pleasure, and then I'll decide if you're worthy.
Alright, so everybody's favorite version of Conor McGregor made his long-awaited return at yesterday's BKFC press conference, and I gotta say, this coked-up Conor performance was one of the best we've seen yet. Through the power of the white powder, he brought so much energy, intensity, and chaos to the point where it definitely started to influence how the athletes were behaving, because these guys were going crazy yesterday. This was straight up one of the most entertaining press conferences that I've seen in a while, and yeah, in this video I'm going to be talking about all this and more. Look, I know that Conor surely took inspiration in being a promoter from Dana White and all, but personally, I feel like copying the beet red complexion of his face is kinda overkill. Seriously, look at how red his face is here compared to Mike Perry's and David Feldman's. He looks like he's about to pop a blood vessel. Don't get me wrong, I kinda love how theatrical and passionate Conor is about his role in BKFC, but let's not act like he isn't using PEDs before every single media appearance.
This is what we're about here at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, the alien of combat sport. And may we rise above the night sky and rain down blows viciously on all our deniers. And announce here today that Bare Knuckle FC has no love for the big glove. So let's get going, Bare Knuckle. Let's go, Florida, and let's announce some incredible matchups, some shock signings, and the most lucrative tournament in all of combat sport, where we crown in an open weight the baddest man on the planet. Let's go, give it up. Come on.
Man, say what you will about his drug addiction, but Conor's running laps around Dana when it comes to getting people excited about his events. Dana can't even pretend to be excited about the UFC schedule anymore, and I think it's genuinely refreshing to see a promoter who's actually proud of the work that's being done in his organization. Sure, it's a bit unorthodox that he's straight up screaming at the top of his lungs, but I would take this type of promotion over Dana's tomato bald head announcing events from his phone any day of the week.
A wrestling background who has done very, very successfully here in this company, and he's against a UK crown champion here in Bare Knuckle. That's a champion versus champion bout. US versus UK. That's a humongous bout. And more power to the gentleman. I'm excited for that one, for sure.
Jesus Christ, man. Someone get this guy some water. I don't know why, but watching Conor struggle to even keep his eyes open throughout this clip reminds me of the last photo taken of James Gandolfini before he died. And upon a quick Google search, it turns out that James also had a problem with alcohol and drug addiction. Also, I love how you can always tell that Conor was railing lines backstage when he starts talking like he worked in a coal mine his entire life. This has been the case every single time that he's turned up to an event while hopped up on the booger sugar.
Floyd, you little you're right, you're doing bad conversations, trying to get a boxing match at 155. Fight me my way. I'm the A side. You owe your out. Bare Knuckle, McGregor Mayweather, 170 pounds. Let's go, baby. Take off the gloves and fight. What we're going to do for these two gentlemen, as well as a bonus, is double their purse. Oscar Willis has balls like a Bengali tiger.
And don't try to convince me that this is just what he sounds like when he's excited. We all know what Conor's natural voice sounds like, even when he gets hyped up. The guy clearly does so much coke to the point where it would incapacitate a hippopotamus and it dries out his throat, and then he starts sounding like Batman.
Right now, I'm going to announce the most lucrative tournament in all of combat sports, where we title in an open weight the baddest man on the planet.
I always knew that Conor had a cardio problem, but jeez Louise, this guy is gassing out from speaking. I haven't seen him this tired since his fight with Khabib. Regardless, I think that the BKFC rolling out an open weight $25 million tournament is a great idea, and frankly, this is something that a lot of fans have been wanting to see the UFC try and pull off for a while now. And even though it's not truly open weight, because it would just be psychotic to allow John Dodson to fight Ben Rothwell, I really admire the BKFC's ambition in making this a reality. The winner of this tournament is going to win $15 million, which is more money than 99.9% of UFC fighters will ever make throughout their careers. And I've seen some people call this a circus fight tournament, but you know what? With how boring and lifeless the UFC's been lately, don't mind me if I buy a ticket to the circus.
For our combatants to be rewarded in that way, to join this rise, truly be on the board with us as we rise up this ladder of combat sport. For me, I fought my heart and soul. I gave everything to the rise of a company, and I got nothing for it.
The Cokes got this guy talking real bold. I would say that this is Conor sneak dissing the UFC, but it's not even a sneak diss. It's a full-on call-out on how he wasn't given his fair share of the pie. But to be fair, I'm not sure if I would totally agree with the idea that the UFC screwed him over like how he tries to make it seem here, seeing as he's the highest paid UFC fighter of all time and probably by a pretty wide margin. At the same time though, it's impossible to deny that he played a massive role in skyrocketing the popularity of the UFC and putting it on the map throughout his prime. This guy really did take the sport to new heights, and for better or worse, the company wouldn't be where it is now if it weren't for him.
If they want the UFC, I'm ready to fight. Yeah. I've said that, no problem. If the UFC want me to slot into that co-main event, they should give me and help. But that is, me slotting into the co-main event is help boosting their brand over fighter rhetoric that they have. And there's no problem with that. But if they want me to push that, and I have no problem with pushing that, give me my rightful shares in the UFC company. That's what
Conor has been very vocal throughout the years about how he wants ownership stake in the UFC, and hey, as someone who does not own the UFC, I feel like it wouldn't be all that crazy to cut him in for a very small percentage, but obviously Dana, Hunter Campbell, and especially Ari Emanuel are not going to let that happen. But honestly, when you take a look at his pay-per-view sales, as well as how many fans he brought into the sport, I don't think it's unfair to say that he was probably underpaid a little bit. That being said, the idea that he was given nothing by the UFC is totally crazy, and I would love to see the look on Dana's face when he watches this clip for the first time. And then there's some pretty telling moments throughout this press conference where you'll see Conor clutching at his chest or doing whatever this is that really lets you know how geeked out he is. And I've said this in a previous video already, but I'll say it again. I'm not judging Conor for his love of coke because it would be hypocritical of me. I enjoy riding the slopes every now and then, but there's just something about the way that he turns into a real-life version of Tony Montana that makes it so fascinating to watch him while he's high. Coked up Conor at BKFC events is the best entertainment of the last 2 years, and I look forward to them every single time. While I have you guys here, I want to show you some other clips from this media day because like I said at the top of this video, this press conference was pure chaos. Even though Conor was the biggest star there, Mike Perry had some of the wildest moments of the night.
Every time, easy work, he ain't doing nothing but sleeping.
If I was easy work, how come you haven't stepped up yet?
Because I knocked you out twice, stupid.
What's up with that?
Fuck you, you don't do shit. I should have told your daughter that night in the elevator when you was talking shit, or you were being so nice.
Listen,
you weren't talking shit. I should have been like, you know what happened the first 2 times I met your daddy? You know what happened the first 2 times me and your daddy met? Oh.
Yeah, but none of that shit fucking matters because I'm the real fucking champ. I'm the real fucking king of violence, and I'm gonna prove to all y'all. Look at this shit. Let's go.
Hey, you walk around looking like an idiot.
I'll whoop your ass.
Fuck you, bitch. Do it then.
You couldn't even beat Jake Paul.
This side of the table
Couldn't even
versus
beat
that
Jake
side
Paul.
of the table. How's it gonna go?
Who loses to Jake Paul?
Don't get it. Hey, no, don't do that. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I really don't think that there's a fighter that's a more perfect fit in a promotion than Mike Perry is in BKFC. Like, he wasn't a great MMA fighter, and when it comes to traditional boxing, he obviously got knocked out by Jake Paul, but in the world of bare knuckle, he fits in perfectly. And then there was Julian Let Me Bang Bro Lane getting rage baited by these two guys.
You could already me.
What are you gonna do?
You could already fought me, but you said no, you wouldn't have enough time.
No, I had a broken finger, but I still would have slapped you about your little fool.
Fucking mouth,
your head's pregnant, bro.
Come on.
You've got a bump on your forehead. It needs to go down. It's 9 months gone.
That was pretty
Deliver the baby.
It's
huge. I'll punch up and split it open.
Bro,
Who you knocked out?
knocked my last opponent out.
That was your first one. Congratulations. Let's do a barbecue, everybody.
It was about 2 years.
That was his first knockout in 20 years career.
I'm gonna put you to bed like a cranky ass little toddler, bro.
I was still playing soccer. 20 years you've been boxing. That's your first fucking knockout?
Look at my resume, man. I fought the best of everybody.
And you lost to everybody.
The best of everybody.
And
never
you
had
lost.
an easy fight. Never had an easy fight. Never had a full camp till now.
Oh,
till
damn.
now.
Damn.
I'm 5-0 right now. Nobody's beating me when I'm in my best.
Bro, you 8-7. What are you talking about?
Nobody's beating me.
And then there was these two ladies bickering back and forth throughout the entire night.
That wasn't even
because you and your ghetto-ass team with a bunch of motherfucking ratchets, and I got something for you.
Team.
I got something for you.
You need to chill out a little bit.
Fuck off, little bitch.
Listen,
this is the ratchet belt. You're the fucking champion of motherfucking ratchets.
This media day was absolute cinema, and I can't even remember the last time I had this much fun watching a press conference. Conor's cokehead energy must have been so strong that it permeated into the skin of everyone on stage, because this entire event was just people yelling at each other, and I loved every minute of it. The UFC should really take note of this, because their press conferences pale in comparison to what the BKFC is doing these days. Anyways, that's the video for today. Definitely let me know what you think about the BKFC's marketing methods. Do you think that with Conor McGregor as their lead promoter, they can be a true player in the game, and do you think that he should just stick with promoting and leave fighting behind him? As always, if you like the video, then like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.